Hello, thank you for watching this lovely video. Diane Cox here, Cosmic Love Star. And as you can see, it's another sunny afternoon in Cape Town. The sun breaking through. Why is it I always feel like doing videos at this time of the day? When the sun is shining through the oak. But it's lovely magic. It's truly magical vibrations. So that's probably why I like it. So I realised I forgot to do the April, May, June reading, the guidance, the tarot guidance. I did January, February, March. And I did do a reading purely for this week for some reason, but I felt like it. I always like to go on my, just the spur of the moment. Got a lot of fire in my own chart. I like spur of the moment, spontaneity. So here is the guidance for April, May, June, and I'm going to do the same as I did the last time, which is a tarot card and then a Pandora card to look at the shadow aspects and what might be the darker elements of our personality or something that might be pushing our triggers, and then I'm going to do an angel card. So this is going to be for all the people who like to watch these videos and resonate with my vibration and are looking for just guidance and some love and care and affection, as I feel very affectionate and loving and caring towards you all. And here is, let's look at April then, the April vibe. So here we go. It's already been quite a month for me personally. And I'll be very interested what shows up, if any of that actually shows up. So let's just think of April a bit more. April 2022, the guidance of what we can meditate on, reflect on, use as a stepping stone or an understanding. April 2022. April 2022. Okay. So the tarot card that's come up for April 2022. That's interesting. Okay, we have the Four of Cups. Look at that. So as you can see from this card, April 2022, the tarot is a magical hand coming out of the divine ether, offering this rather solemn and miserable looking character an opportunity, a golden goblet full of who knows what. Cups are obviously emotion and creativity and the flow of water. And this person is sitting there looking down, not really noticing the opportunities or the goddess and God-given energy that's being given to him, because he's focusing on the Three Cups in front of him. And in the Three of Cups is a bit of there's been an achievement. The cups are upstanding, as you can see. All of them are upstanding. So there's work has been done. Emotions have been collected. There has been creativity put into these collection of cups. But there's something that's miffing the person off, and therefore they are not opening their peripheral vision to what is being offered to them. They're a little bit kind of blinkered by something. So the idea here is in April, even though you may have, and the fours are often about that you've achieved something, but don't sit back on your laurels. Make sure you just keep looking up. Make sure sometimes that the fours can be the shock that comes after a bit of success in any venture or adventure or business or anything that you put into practice, and then you realize, all these snags and all the things that have to be done. And it's like, just when I thought everything was going well, now I've got all this, and it's a lot of hard work. But the idea obviously is to look for that divine gift coming out of the ether and wanting to give you something. Keep your eyes open, keep your arms open. I mean, look at the posture, the arms are closed across the heart chakra. At least he's grounded with his root chakra on the ground, and he's got a nice tree to keep him company there. But yes, the Four of Cups for April Okay, that is quite interesting, isn't it? And then I'm going to do the Pandora. Remember, the Pandora are there to bring to our attention any unconscious energy that might be blocking or just suppressing or oppressing us. It might be, normally is ourselves, but just to be mindful of energies that are around. There's been some very intense astrology this month. That's something else I must do. The astrology. How have I got half these cards? Okay, there's one that was completely facing the wrong way, so I suppose I should pick that one, but I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to keep it to one side, but that was quite odd. Let me just check. Okay, I've got to pick that one, haven't I? Everything's the right way apart from this one card, and this one card is that disappointment. Okay, we'll keep that. Okay, disappointment. So just be mindful about the energy of disappointment in April. Obviously, expectations can be very damaging, as we all know. When we have expectations, it can be quite something when they don't get met, and then we make all kinds of stories up about why our expectations weren't met. So just bear that one in mind, disappointment for April. And now the angel cards. I'm going to pick one angel card again, which is a nice one word just to sum everything up. And the angel card that's come up for April is creativity. Okay, so get creative. If you're feeling disappointed, if the energy has crept in, and I say we're all human, I don't know actually. Some very interesting races on this planet, isn't there? But anyway, if you're feeling disappointed, get creative. And creativity can be anything. It can be creativity in the garden. It can be creativity with your sport. It can be being creative with writing, or it can be creativity as in cooking or anything that you're creating, crafts, arts, anything, music. So just channel that Four of Cups into some creative pursuit, and that will help to just neutralize if you are feeling any disappointment, or that if you're a little bit closed off and you're feeling a bit miffed about something regarding the emotions and the flow of creativity. So just kind of channel it into what you're good at. Okay, that's April 2022. Let's look at May. What is May going to bring? And lovely, obviously here it's going to be autumn, Northern Hemisphere. You're moving into beautiful spring. All the blossoms, all the trees, all the smells, all the life bursting forth. Fantastic. I say that, there's an oak in the garden, and the oak barely has an off few weeks because it's always so warm. Oh, I just saw a card do a complete flip over, but I was talking about the oak, and then this card came up while I was talking about the oak. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But let me think about, yes, anyway. So the oak barely has a few weeks off because it's so warm here that it kind of is like, where's winter? Okay, it must be spring already, let's go for it. And you can actually see new little blossoms forming on that oak tree before the leaves have fallen off, because it's like, oh, it's quite warm. What are we on about here? It's like 30 degrees today. It's meant to be awesome. Anyway, May 2022. What are we looking at? What guidance are we looking at? What energy is going to come our way to be processed and to be recognized and acknowledged? And in May, we have got, oh, well, not far off what we just have got, the lovely Queen of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. Maybe you're thinking of business. Maybe you're thinking of money. Maybe you're thinking of your assets this could be coming into your realm of recognition in May. Assets, money, business advice, coming into legacies, or maybe you're the one who has stuff to give out. Maybe you're going to, and it doesn't have to be massive. When you think of something like the Queen of Pentacles, you can think, oh, it could be someone. I found some money on the floor the other week, and it could be just something like that, some money. And I was like looking around for someone. Whose could it be? No one was around, and it could be just giving something to someone or giving advice to someone. The Queen, she's the authority. It's earth. It's about tangible things, business, assets, the body, look after the body, the sensuality. So May looks like a nice month for exchanging maybe of assets and money, and being mindful of it. So if you need to sort your finances out, or sort wills out, or sort things out to do with your leases, rentals, or anything to do with your what was I going to say? Just getting legal things into. It is the Pentacles, but just get legal matters sorted out. Just get on with it. And interesting. And just open your heart to the receipt of whatever might be coming your way. Open yourself up to receiving the great, wonderful flow of what is divinely given to us. Everyone, as we know, in a divine world, like the Lemurians, Atlanteans, when in the heyday, everyone had everything they needed. There was no withholding. There was no need for anyone to, just not have, or someone to have over. It was just all everyone had. So that's quite interesting. May looks like a Queen of Pentacles. Fantastic. Someone who has money, or is giving money, or giving advice about assets and things that you have, selling. Maybe it's paintings, maybe it's music. Could be lots of stuff. Maybe you'll get a big contract for art or whatever you do. Someone sees your YouTube channel, or sees a little TikTok video. Who knows? Someone does somewhere. Okay. Energy to be mindful of during May. The Pandora energy to be mindful of in May. So there's something coming the way. And I tell you, if you ever get any if you want to feedback on those videos and say, yeah, that was right, or that didn't seem to happen to me, I'd be very interested. It's always good, isn't it, to just kind of go, was that accurate? Did that work or not? Okay, here's Pandora for May. Oh, shame. Look at his little face. Rejection. Oh, shame. So, okay, think about that for May, rejection. And it's interesting, when you're looking at business and assets and all the stuff the Queen of Pentacles stands for, then be mindful of rejection, whatever that means. What does rejection actually mean? Again, it's a little bit like the disappointment. Rejection and disappointment, they're when our expectations aren't met and we think something's going to happen and then it doesn't. We think someone might accept A, B, C or D and they don't, and they reject it. And what I've often found about rejection and the ideas of rejection, there's huge lessons in that. There's huge, okay, not everybody likes, A, B, C or D. And even though you might know people that think what you have is brilliant, people who are influential might not. And it doesn't mean it's not brilliant still. I always think, I read some very interesting stuff about art years back and kind of going in with social engineering and how the art world had been socially engineered, and people, all the people with money basically, it's a big, huge, it's not a conspiracy theory because it's actually all proved now, but, to champion certain types of art and make people think that this was what was desirable. Very interesting. And it's that is very interesting because the card that comes up after rejection in May is gratitude. And I know in Buddhism, it's quite interesting, isn't it? They say nothing, as you know, nothing is failure. Nothing ever fails. It's just a learning curve. And after rejection, gratitude. Because sometimes at the time you think, oh, woe is me, that's terrible. I wanted this, that and the other and it hasn't happened. And, oh, back to the drawing board. Or, oh, I thought the universe had guided me this way. And I've been through most of that stuff. And then years on, you look back and you go, I understand why that didn't work. Because if it had worked, this wouldn't have happened, that wouldn't have happened, and the whole, it's like sliding doors, isn't it? It's like the double energy that if you do something slightly different, the whole course of the future gets altered. So gratitude, and I think that's quite a polarized thing, isn't it? From the Queen of Pentacles to rejection to gratitude. But that's the way life works, isn't it? That is exactly how life works. It doesn't always work in a straight line. It's all lovely and it's all, flowers and everything smooth. What fun would that be? We wouldn't really know the metal of ourselves, would we? If everything that we did just smoothly manifested, we wouldn't really know. We learn from adversity, don't we? We grow from adversity. Which is a bit of a bummer, isn't it? Why can't we grow from eating chocolate or grow from lying on a sunbed in the Maldives or something? Mind you, I've had some profound growing moments when I've been in the Maldives. Just feeling so small and insignificant when you're snorkeling in the massive ocean with these beautiful creations and dolphins going by. It's just like, wow, miraculous stuff. Okay, I'm thinking of June. June. See, there's a song there, isn't there? When you've been brought up on musicals like I have. Anyone who's watching this, what does June make you think of? I think of two things. Flaming June, the painting. And then June is busting out all over from Carousel. Fantastic film. So June, I'm thinking of June and the guidance for June and what we can be mindful of. Let's see. What does June hold? What lessons and learning does June hold? Okay, June, what would you like? Oh, okay, that's interesting. So June, we have here the Four of Swords. June, so the Four of Swords is about, as you can see, taking time out, resting. And I would say when you see that one sword underneath a person on that plinth with the beautiful, you see the beautiful coloured stained glass window and everything else is in kind of neutrals. So everything else out there is all colourful as the light shines through. But the person inside on the plinth is lying. If you kind of take the whole lying on one of the swords, obviously not literally, but kind of lying on. It's almost like, sleeping on it. I'm going to sleep on this. I'm going to just take time out. The Four of Swords is about taking time out. The Four of Swords is about take rest, recuperation, go in, just rest and relax and go over things and don't go over things too much. The point is just to breathe and take proper time out. Just rest. You need rest. So June looks like it's going to be a time for just, taking time out. And the Pandora cards for June, or the one card for what we can be thinking about while we're taking some rest and sleeping on it, is the Pandora card. Oh, well, really, manipulation. And again, I would say there, the first thing that comes to my mind is who's doing the manipulating? Are we the manipulators, or are we being manipulated? And and is it someone close? Is it obviously the media, the news, the world? Be mindful of manipulation. So that's quite interesting. And if you do feel like you're being manipulated, obviously not obviously, but the thing is to be informed, to be strong, to say no, to stand your ground, to follow what you believe in, and to, when you recognize you're being manipulated, you can, if you've got a strong personality, you can call it out in a nice way. Truth is one of the highest vibrations. Just tell the truth. It's like, I feel like this isn't really quite fair, or I feel uncomfortable. My instinct is just saying this isn't quite right. So and the angel card, I like this. Look, the angel card is tenderness. We all need tenderness, don't we? TLC, we all need tender loving care, don't we? I like that for June. Taking time out, be mindful of being manipulated, or you being the manipulator. Just say what you want from people if you can. I think some people get into, I often notice that there's certain women of a certain generation that the only way they could ever really get what they wanted was by sophisticated manipulation. When women, weren't allowed to just speak out their mind too much and just say, I'd really like to do this or go there or experience this or whatever. It was all kind of, you had to, weave around things and be mindful of how you got what you really desired. Not all women, obviously, but so the tenderness. And again, it always starts with the self. Be tender to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I think interesting with June that you've got this, which is take time out, take it easy, reflect on things, rest, go over something, don't panic, just go into a proper meditative state to get some answers. And then tenderness. Be tender, be kind. Be tender and kind to yourself, and just like you would to your best friend or your child or some of you dearly love. Sometimes we don't give ourselves that which we pour into other people, do we? And so there you go. There's April, May and June. I'll take a photograph. Use it, as I say all the time, for guidance, for awareness, for reflection, for meditation. And something might clearly manifest to do with these messages or these words and these symbols, and maybe they don't, but the idea is that you meditate and reflect on them and really, again, help these readings bring the best out in yourself, and especially when you're going after your goals in life and your desires in life, and building great relationships within yourself, with yourself, and therefore it radiates out into the world. So have a blessed few months. I'm probably going to see you in a few days again, but hope you enjoyed that, and thank you again for watching. I will see you soon.